This episode of Café con Leche, if we can get Willie up in time, we go across the pond with stand-up comedian Kim Nash.
Recently, I found out that I have a French cousin. How the fuck is that possible? And I asked my mum, who found out, and she told me. I said, my French cousin's name is in France. It's a man, okay? So, yeah, not getting anything out of that one. My French cousin's name is Jacques Merd, which translates to Jack shit. Just imagine the argument you have with him, yeah? You say, oh, you don't know anything. You don't know Jack shit!
Welcome to another edition of Café con Leche. I am your host, Ashley North, with
Willie Backgrounds here from Café con Leche After Dark and regular Café con Leche. I'm here with a host all the way from England, long distance Zoom meeting. Hopefully all charges don't apply. Kim Nash.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, Kim. I don't know what it is about my co-host, but he looks like he has an alien head when he does his introductions.
I'm not going to comment on that.
No, please don't. I already like you already as it is. I'm trying to figure this out.
So, Kim, tell us what's going on with the podcast. I know a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should know about it. You've been working on it for about
No, I know. I want you to tell our audience a little bit more about it, some of the folks that may not know.
So, reckless comedy, what's the best way to describe it? It's unhinged every single week. So, It all started out back in lockdown in the UK. At the time, I had nothing at the time. Gigs were shutting down. We weren't going anywhere. And I just thought, I had this idea to do a podcast for about probably 6 months before. And it was just like, you know what? Why don't we try and get a podcast going, see if it can get off, just get going, really. Mm-hmm. So I put a post out on social media saying, would anyone be interested in being a first guest? We got about 3 comedians that I know quite well on, and it just went from there, really. It just gradually grew and grew into what's really a brand now, is the best way to describe it. And the fact that it's only been going about 6 months, something like that, and it's gone from a podcast to, it's gone from a podcast to now potentially looking at running like comedy nights in the UK, potentially the US.
It was definitely an amazing idea. Let me tell you something. When Ashley put me onto you guys, I watched some of your stuff and I said, these guys are onto something, man. You guys are fucking hilarious. Forget about it. Sometimes I can't understand you, but I still laugh.
Come on.
Yeah,
that's just with
the podcast in general. When I recommend it to people, I say, look, go into it open-minded. Don't expect it to be structured. Yeah, reckless comedy is just unhinged, and it works as unhinged. You look at all the episodes that we've done. There has been episodes where we've tried to keep it structured, and it just doesn't work.
It just falls. Yeah. Maybe it's better.
About 20 minutes in of being structured, and then it starts becoming unhinged.
I definitely want to see a lot of work coming out of that show, man, and I'm just happy to even be a part of it. Seeing you guys grow and hopefully, like I said, hopefully one day it won't be a virtual thing. We'll have something that we'll be running around together, bro.
Yeah, that's what we want to do with Reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless, we want to collab with people no matter what sort of background you're from. It's definitely got something. It's hard to describe it, really. it's like you never know what's going to come out from Reckless next.
Yeah, but that's the entertaining aspect of it, you know, just being unexpectedly hit right in the head with something that's just out of the norm, out of the ordinary, and that's what people want to see. You know what I'm saying? That people are tired of the same old structured TV that we usually, become accustomed to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So now that you guys
want to do, Reckless, we're not trying to be the normal sort of like structured podcast. We're trying to do things different. We're the sort of people who go, look, this structured stuff, everyone's seen this for years. Why don't we just do something different? Why do we all have to follow the same line? Because eventually someone's going to step out of line. Eventually.
Of course.
And it's making that move from like in the army, just marching along. Someone's going to go out of line. And that's what this is. We are going away from everyone else.
That's a good idea.
I think comedy too, because I work with Kim as well, that what I've noticed is that I can just be myself, and and with our show too, but like I can just be myself and just say the silly things I say. I mean, a part of it's because Kim is a different culture than myself. I mean, I'm from the American South and he's from the UK. And so there's a lot of times we're learning a lot about each other's like lives and cultures and what that means. And it's also really fun. I mean, the thing about this show with Cafe con Leche as well with Willie, it's kind of the same way. We're from two different worlds in the United States as well. And what happens is that we find that there's a common middle, but we always kind of make each other laugh, and we do have that good chemistry, just like you and I do. It's really fun. It's kind of fun. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, with everything that's going on in like this political atmosphere that we're in, it's kind of cool to have a show or multiple shows that actually intertwine with each other and have people from different backgrounds. That's the number one thing about me, Willie, backgrounds. I love, things that come from different backgrounds, different beginnings. And you're from the South, you're from the red states, I'm from the blue states. We got somebody out of state. It's just beautiful.
Dude,
man.
he's out of the country.
Out of the country, yeah. Out of the states. That's why I said out of the states. So,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. If I'm out of the state, tell me if you can hear it. Oi, Willie! Should be with you in a few minutes. Hold
on, bro. Sound does take a while to travel. Hold on.
I think that's another thing with Reckless is that the thing that makes Reckless funny is that just when everything goes wrong, it's the laughter from Reckless that causes it to be what it is. Mainly me laughing like a hyena whenever Ashley does something stupid. Which is how many times in an episode does that happen?
No, that happens a lot slow. But anyway, I want to get a little bit more about you, Kim. What is your comedic influences or your influences as an artist in general?
Okay, right. This is interesting. Depends. This is where my brain comes into action now. Normally, my brain will go down two different paths. So with this, comedic influences for me, I think just for comedy in general, if it's going to make me laugh, I will enjoy it. Yeah. It's not like I'm not like the person who go, oh, I like this comedian. Oh, I like this comedian. Yes, I do have comedians that I do enjoy. But as long as comedy is subjective to a lot of people. For me, as long as it makes me laugh, you've got my approval.
In comedy, it depends on who's consuming it. Certain comedies for certain people, you know what I'm saying? So I started realizing that as I got older, you know what I'm saying? There's space for everybody whose intentions are to be in this game, Not everybody's meant to be a comedian or an artist like ours. Some people, they visualize this being rich and famous, and that's what, why they want to come into our industry. And it's like, no, man, being rich and famous shouldn't be your number one motive, to providing comedy to this world. It's actually the service that you're giving to people.
Everything as it comes.
Yeah.
Especially during this whole pandemic situation. That's the best way that's got me through
to do it. Exactly. I mean, this punches, brother. You got to roll with the punches, man, and that's it. You just 100%. Keep going, keep consistent with this show. Guys are gonna forget about it, man. And you got a nice little cast crew of friends over there too. Got some really
Yeah,
cool people.
sure.
Parker and them, yeah, bro. They fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I try to get as many comedians that I know on the show as
Mhm.
often as possible, but there's sometimes, you
No.
know, like dropouts. Sometimes you have to.
What is your take on British and American comedy? What's the difference to you?
Okay. Okay. This is where the reckless comedy slogan comes into play now. This is where it comes into play. UK versus American humour. Okay. One thing I'm going to say, and I know some people
I would say
listening to this
UK
will not like
is
this.
probably more subtle, maybe? I don't know. Oh. Oh.
No,
Go ahead,
not
Kim.
always.
Go ahead, Kim. Go
Right,
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
going to say this. UK, we come up with original ideas, okay? And I know people aren't going to like this. I know this straight away. But American humour, I have this feeling that American humour tries to feed off of the success that some British stuff has had. Every culture is different with like humour, but like for the UK, we sort of know what works in a way. And I think with America, in my opinion, I think they tried to see what we did and go, oh, we can do it better. We can do it just as well as them. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know,
Yeah.
comedy's a trial and error situation.
Yeah. So you're talking about what, the television shows you're referring to? You're referring to comedy altogether?
I think
think
just
comedy
comedy altogether, I think.
You think so? I mean, I've never even watched a thing in England. except for
Most of it is a lot of crap
007.
anyway. Like,
I just love
most of it-
007. No. I truly believe, Kim, you got some legs, and I'll definitely be seeing you in the U.S. I see that
I
for you.
was going to say, I do remember having legs.
Oh,
I was like, I wonder what these freaking things are.
Hey guys, this is another episode of Cafe con Leche on footprint.tv. Now, Willie, give them that famous quote.
All right, check us out. Cafe con Leche, me and Nash. Footprint.
All right. No.
I saw something run underneath my car. I hope it's not a fucking rat, man. It's like, fuck.
Don't worry, just get the gun out and shoot it.
Fuck me. I
A
don't
British
even.
person say,
I'm
just
in-
shoot an animal.
I'm in New York, where it's like the highest, the hardest gun laws, but the most gun fights. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. It's like irony over
Does that work?
here. I don't get it.
I love it that you can actually get a rat in New York City and you could actually like lead it on a leash because they're so huge.
Oh, my
dear
God. There's
God.
rats the size of cats. And that the one that ran underneath here wasn't too big, but it could have been a squirrel. I'm hoping it was a squirrel.
Right, what was it? Was it a rat or a squirrel?
I can't tell, bro. I can't tell. It's so early in the morning.